Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. The pregame show is brought to you by La Huerta Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit lahuertaimports.com for more details.
As some of my favorite Canadian boys and the Sheepdogs say, it must be Saturday night and the feeling is right as we are here in the Powassan Sports Flex. Sorry, that's the worst intro I will ever have all year long, I promise, on the Frontline Podcast.
I loved it. I was happy with it.
Well, there we go. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Andrew White, and we're in the Powassan Sportsplex here to get ready for the Powassan Voodoos and Sioux Eagles. So let's go through, off the hop, our players to watch.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
So our first player to watch will be Sioux Eagles' Jack Mortson, I should say. He has 22 points in 16 games so far this season for the Eagles, and he's basically the offensive leader in every category when you look at the goals. And, well, he's tied in the lead for assists. But Jack Mortson, I mean, he's going to be a dangerous player for the Eagles.
Yeah, out of 16 games, he's got 12 goals to his title so far with 10 assists. So not too bad for number 16.
Not bad at all, and our player to watch for the Voodoos, he's only played one game in the NOJHL so far, and that's Thomas Gazic. He made his Voodoos debut yesterday here against the Sioux Thunderbirds, and he looked every bit the part and basically made, as much as I don't want to inflate his ego anymore, General Manager Chris Dawson looked like a genius for picking him up.
Yeah, out of the stateside Minnetonka, Minnesota, he's a new acquisition for the Voodoos, and quite the sight to see the other night on the ice.
He's looked good for sure. As we're getting ready here for the national anthem, and with that being said, we'll be back on the other side of this.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta Imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
And once again, we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. Just before we get to puck drop, a couple of news to announce here by the Voodoos. They lost forward Nathan McDonald to a lower body injury from last night's game. Austin Vassos, who we've seen in a handful of games as well, he's out from an upper body injury from a hit in Timmins. The Rock forward Nicholas Moore, who leveled the hit on Vassos, has received an 8-game suspension for the hit. So with that being said, the Voodoos are short a couple of players, but as we noticed last night against the Sioux Thunderbirds, it didn't really seem to matter all that much as producer Ben Long gets ready to say something here.
Just a couple quick corrections on things. We've been pronouncing Duracolo's name incorrectly, so we'd like to correct that. It's Duracolo, not Duraco. And Chase Thompson was never stripped of his captaincy in French River, as we have incorrectly reported previously.
To be fair, we were told from outside source or from other well-known sources on that one, but anyways.
It was not our fault, but we did say it.
Yes, we did. As we are underway here, I'm Courtney Kenny, that was Ben Long, I'm alongside Andrew White, and we're quickly into the Voodoos zone here as the Eagles. It's a little tough after watching the Sioux Thunderbirds last night, and now you got the Sioux Eagles, to call them Eagles instead of Thunderbirds. They're battling in the Voodoos zone right now along the end wall. Coming away with it is Shields, who scored a nice goal in last night's game to tie the game up at 3 apiece late in the third. Now back, or rather at 2 apiece early in the third, rather. It was Chase Thompson who got the third goal. And now Wilkie behind his net gets ready to set up shop. That is Duracolo in the net as there's a big hit on Alex Little on the far side half wall. But yes, we have Dan Duracolo back in net. We'll talk about the starting goaltenders at the next whistle. And that whistle's right here. So as we see, that's Logan Raphael in net for the Sioux. Andrew, why don't you take us through our starting goaltenders?
Well, Dan Duracolo is out of Woodbridge, Ontario, and not too bad standing between the pipes here. He's got a save percentage. Let's scroll down to wherever I left my notes here. A save percentage of 0.932, which isn't too bad when you consider the NHL is 0.9 to 0.92.
Yeah, looking pretty good. We'll get the Sioux Eagles here in a moment as that's Service, who scored a nice shorthanded goal against the Eagles in Sudbury at the NOJHL Showcase about a month ago. And now the Eagles trying to get the puck out of their zone. But they're being hounded by Gazic. Service picks up the puck. Skates around one defender. That's Steck. And the Eagles have the puck in transition through the neutral zone now. Trying to get a spring pass there for DeBolt. Or rather Brisky. And Duracolo is going to cover that one up.
And, of course, in the net for the Eagles tonight, Raphael, up to this point, played 11 games. Out of that, he's won 7 and registered a single loss. Pulled him from his net 3 times, obviously, for an extra attacker on the ice with a save percentage of 0.937.
Stingy goaltenders on both sides of the ice for sure. Duracolo had been out for a little while, though, due to some injuries, so it's good to see him back in net. Cannon Flageau has a big hit on Fullerton on the far side by the Eagles bench. Cannon Flageau doing his part last night. really keeping the Voodoos in it as they won that game in overtime, 4-3 over the Sioux Thunderbirds. Fullerton goes in on the boards with Dreesen. Dreesen has about a foot and a bit on Fullerton, it looks like, when they're standing over there. And now the Eagles chip the puck back into the zone. Risman, but it's not past Fox at the blue line. And Fullerton picks it back up behind his net. Trying to get it back out. That's Dreesen that stops that one. And the shot comes in, but it's blocked, and Thompson corrals it. Risman tries to find Thompson again. Eventually he does get the puck, but he loses it to Fox. But thanks to the delayed icing, Risman has some time. Risman, the battalion prospect, gets the puck up and down the ice to O'Brien. O'Brien battling Fox now. So that's Smetham, who scored the overtime winner last night, battling for it as well. The Eagles get the puck back up to the neutral zone, but Wilkie quickly turns that one around. Sturge pinching a little bit. Almost lost the puck to Mortson, and as we talked about in the pregame, he'd be a dangerous customer to leave in all alone with Durocolo. Shields carrying the puck through the neutral zone, passes it off. They get it to Smetham. Smetham turning, looks for the shot. He takes it. Raphael knocks that one into behind his net. And now going up ice again is the Eagles. Mortson chips it in. Wilkie goes to pick it up in the corner. Getting hounded with it. Mortson loses the handle on it though, and Smetham gets it over to Shields, who dumps it out, and Wilkie chases after it. Smetham through the neutral zone. Brings the puck in, takes the shot. Blocked by Steck's stick, and Steck's stick went flying into the corner. Good thing that's where the puck went, so he didn't have to go too far to find it. Gazic goes cross ice. Ricci. Up to Liatino. Liatino now with some speed through the neutral zone. Carries the puck in. Takes the shot. Raphael stands to the task on that one. And we're just over 4 minutes played here in this first period.
He almost undresses 4 defenders at once, coming in through the neutral zone, past the point, weaving in and out, gets the shot away, but Raphael standing tall between the pipes.
Yeah, really came out of nowhere for Liatino as well. He's another new addition on this Voodoos team. He has 1 point so far in 4 games with an assist, but we've been told to look for him as kind of like another version of Alex Little, and if Alex Little's an indication with 19 points from the back end in 18 games, we'll take another one of him. Behind the net, Gazic wins the battle. Goes back to the point for Ricci. Ricci takes the shot. Raphael knocks that one away. Back to the point for Ricci. He fans on it. And now it's quickly 3 Eagles against Liatino. Coming in. Cross. Shot might have just missed the net. Or Durocolo may have got a piece of it. Either way, still 0-0 on the scoreboard. As the puck is bouncing around the Voodoo zone. Service. Gets the puck up ice. Slowing things down a little bit. Try to get it over to Service, but it's over to Patrick instead. Service behind the net. Now he loses it, and the Eagles regain possession. That's McMahon knocking that one in. McMahon has 1 point in 13 games as a defenseman for these Eagles. And going the other way now is Thompson. Hometown hero Chase Thompson last night, tying the game up. Gives it to Risman, who gets it up to Caden Long. Long, looking for some options. Tries to get it to Thompson in the middle of the ice. Instead, it gets all the way over to the blue line for Risman, who takes the shot. And Raphael got a piece of that one and knocked it away. On the other way, Risky to Anderson. Anderson brings it in, hits the post, and it's out. Long flipping it back out of his zone. The Eagles coming oh so close to breaking, getting the icebreaker on that one. Risky battling with Risman. And they get it up to Shields. Shields was a game time decision in this one as well. They weren't sure if he was going to be able to play. He takes the shot, and that one just missed wide. Back to the blue line for Sturge. Sturge loses the handle on it, tries to dump it back in, and he does. But the Eagles regain possession once again. Slag nearly was taken out there by Sturge. Now the puck's on the far side wall, and O'Brien carries the puck up past the blue line. Looking for some options. Wilkie comes in for some support, and the puck's behind the Eagles' net. Slag kicks that one up, and the Eagles move quickly up the ice with it. Quickly to Dreesen. He takes the shot. That just missed wide. And now Steck picks it back up. Deck goes for a bit of a skate with it before passing it off to a teammate. Jansen, who sends it across ice, but quickly the puck comes out, and Ricci missed it, but it comes all the way out in front of Duraculo's net, who just covers that one in. We're 7 minutes into the first period here, Andrew.
The last time the Voodoos took on the Eagles, they beat them 5-2. That was stateside at the Showcase Countryside Sports Complex. So the Eagles have a little score to settle here, even as we're now 7 minutes into the first period.
Yeah, definitely looking for a score to settle. They were victorious against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners last night. So both these teams coming in off victories to start the weekend. Must be a little tough being the only team in a league that's from a different country as well.
A few extra miles on the bus.
Yeah. Liatino gets it up to Gazic. Gazic just missed a big hit in the middle, and he skates the puck in alone. Takes the shot. It's off the side of Raphael, and he gets it back to Liatino. Liatino with the shot. It's blocked in front by a maze of traffic. Gazic once again picks it up. Tries to get it into Service. Service tried to get it out front, but there was no one there. And Gazic keeps it in. Gazic couldn't hit the shot to go, and it bounced out into the neutral zone for Liatino. He hands it off. And now it's Service picking it up. Gazic tries to dump that one in, or rather Patrick. And he can't get it to go, and now Mortson picks it up in the neutral zone. Feeds, loses it, as Risman came in for the check. And they try to get it up to Thompson, but the puck just died in the neutral zone. Thompson chasing after it. He's looked like another player since coming over, and he takes a shot and he scores! Chase Thompson, back-to-back nights, gets the Voodoos on the board here with his 6th of the season.
The North Bay forward, he takes the shot in from the left side, right through the 5-hole. It's a 1-0 game, Voodoos.
What a shot by Chase Thompson to get that one to go. And we have a 1-0 game, as you mentioned, on the Voodoos' 7th shot of the game, beating Raphael right through the 5-hole. And you're going to know if Raphael's going to want one back at the end of the night. I'm sure it's probably going to be that one, because he had pretty much a clean look at it, and it just found its way past him.
Yeah.
Shields looks up ice, doesn't like what he sees, so he turns back around. Now it's going back out to Little. Little dumps it in. Raphael kicks that one aside. Fox picks it up, but he's pressured by O'Brien to get the puck to move. And that one's called offside, as there was a bit of a issue getting into the Voodoos zone there. So 11-11 left in the first period. Shots are 8-2 in favor of the Voodoos.
We were talking earlier about Thomas Gazic, the new acquisition from Minnetonka, Minnesota. I hope I'm saying that name right. A few years older, 20 years old, 9 months, and if I've got my math correct. So he's got a few years experience on some of these guys, but he's definitely the player to watch even tonight.
Yeah, he's looked good and basically started most of that, what led to Thompson's goal. A lot of good play in the zone before going off. And now the Voodoos find themselves in the penalty box. 2 minutes for slashing, missed the player though. So they have a penalty to kill off here. They had a really good penalty kill in last night's game. Have to see if that continues here. Hendry being harassed by Service. Liatino tries to get it, but now the Eagles just walk out, take the shot, and Duraculo had to be strong on that one, as they were able to just walk the puck out front to take the shot on that one.
It's a busy shot through traffic at close range, but the Voodoos netminder here able to hang on to it. The shots right now are 8-4 in favor of the Powassan Voodoos.
Patrick coming in for the draw here for Powassan. A little bit of stick whacking on the far side, but the puck gets out and down the ice, and O'Brien's on Jansen quickly to make him make a quick move. Minute 24 left on the man advantage. Mortson carries it in, again leading the Eagles in everything offensive categories. Takes the shot, he scores! And there he is, Mortson with his 13th goal of the year. He ties this one up on the power play.
It's 8-5 in regards to the shots, but they only count if they go across the goal line. We got a 1-1 hockey game with just over 10 minutes, 26 to drain here in the first period.
Yeah, well, already Our player to watch on the Eagles is paying dividends as he's already got a goal in this one now. As we just talked, leading the team in everything offensive category. He has 13 goals. The next closest teammate has 7.
Yeah.
So he's the engine that makes these Eagles go for sure. Fox bodied by Rismond. The shot comes in from the point. Can't get to the goal. Fox now skates the line, takes the shot. Duracolo had to knock that one away. Dreesen takes a big hit on the far side. And now the puck's out to the neutral zone. Handy comes in. Handy looking for some options, but he can't get it. Duracolo knocked down in his net. Nothing came out of it, as it was a Voodoos player that knocked him down. The Eagles now skates around, takes the shot. It goes wide. Dreesen on the far side wall looks for the puck, or looks for an option in the middle of the ice, and they can't get it to go. Big scrum now, comes out of it is Dreesen. Dreesen tries to get the puck out. And now ever since that first Eagles goal, it's been all Sioux here for the last minute or so. Risman up ice, tries to get it to Thompson. Thompson couldn't get a handle on that as he's taken off the puck, and now we have a bit of a scrum right in front of us here. Thompson down on the ice. Looking around. Anderson and Risman battle for it. Risman gets it down the ice to Fox, and Fox goes cross ice to Steck. And they're just going to let the Voodoos change here before trying to get the puck up ice. Risman going for the puck, took a big hit on Brisky. And now Service just misses the handle of that. And Steck sends that one cross ice. Jansen tries to get it in. Gazic knocks that one down. And now there's another scrum along the boards. 8.5 minutes here left in the first period. The Eagles coming close on the shot, total now 8-6. Takes another shot, it's blocked in front and into the corner. Anderson goes for a bit of a skate, and now we're gonna have another penalty here going to the Voodoos, as that's Jack Hennigan making the call here for slashing.
And it's exactly what the Voodoos don't want at this point. Jack Morrison spoiling the party. Mortson, that is, spoiling the party here in Powassan. And just for a moment, it was his 13th goal of the season, 17 games in, and 10 assists so far. And we'll see if the Powassan Voodoos can dig themselves out of 2 minutes.
Well, they let a goal in that first power play last night against the Thunderbirds, and then they buckled down. Mortson carries it in, takes a shot. It goes into the corner, and now behind the net, the Eagles have it. Back to Mortson. That's Patrick in the box for slashing. And they go cross ice. Back to Jansen. Over to Mortson. Mortson looks in. His pass can't go. And now the Voodoos can't fail to clear it. But this time they do, as they pick up a pass attempt. And Raphael has to go and play the puck, get things going. 1:25 now left on the man advantage. And looking up ice now is the Eagles. Talaire gets a skate. Now Service goes for a skate shorthanded. Service scoring a shorthanded goal in this, or against these Eagles in Sudbury a month ago at the NOJHL Showcase. And that was the last time we saw Service score a goal. He's got 2 on the year. One coming on a penalty shot and one coming shorthanded. Takes the shot, and Duracolo knocks that one down. And that was Grand Boys, who has 7 points in 7 games.
It's 8-8 in regards to the shots here. Duracolo keeping his, Duracolo, that is. There it goes. I knew I'd say it sooner or later. Duracolo keeping his team in the game. It's 1-1 with 7 minutes, 23 left to go.
58 seconds left on the man advantage, rather 57 now as the puck rolls in on Duracolo, and he knocks that one down. It really is a shame that we were told his name isn't Duraco, because anytime he made a big save, we were like, can you smell what Duraco is cooking?
That's right. Yes, the burdens of command from the net.
Yes, big save there by Duracolo, and the puck goes into the corner. Fox picking it back up at the point. Tries to knock it in. Handy with the shot. He gets it from the point. And Duracolo was just a little short or slow getting across the net. And now the Eagles are up 2-1 with back-to-back power play goals.
And of course, that'll clear the sin bin for the Voodoos. They're back to full strength, but it's not the finish they wanted for that penalty, as they were hoping to kill it off. 8-10 are the shots in favor of the guests, and we have a 2-1 hockey game.
And for Colin Handy, that's his first goal of the year, the defenseman. And it's been all Eagles since they scored that first goal. So now they've put up 4 goals against Dorocolo in the 2 games they've played, matching their output from the game in Sudbury. Long tries to get a handle on that one, can't get it to go. And now up ice quickly for Dreesen. Puck hits Wilkie, and now Long picks the puck up. Looking for some options. He's taken down, but on a final ditch effort is able to get the puck up the ice, but the Eagles turn around and get it back into the Voodoo zone. Gazic looking for some options. He's going to go for a skate. They're neutral zone. Gets it into the Sioux Eagles zone, but it hits the linesman, so it stays at the blue line, and they couldn't get it to go in deep. Gazic now, once again, tries to go through a couple of bodies. He can't make it to go. Seems like more often than not in these 2 games, though, he's been able to do that and just will his way to the net. Just nothing has gone in for him yet. Puck back out into the neutral zone for Service. Service up to Gazic. Gazic taken down. The puck's left for Service. He takes a shot, and Service with a smile! That's his 3rd goal of the year, and we're tied here in Powassan.
It's electrified, this crowd here. The game is tied 2-2, but it's the goal, it's the equalizer they were looking for. 5:47 left on the net. 10-9 are the shots in favor of the guests. But now the Voodoos are back in this game, and so is the crowd.
And Liam Service, we talked about it with Ben Long, our producer, a couple of games ago when he was doing color. How he's become a little bit more noticeable lately, and that's going to be his 3rd goal and 15th point in 21 games so far, if we're counting tonight as a game played, of course, which we would be. So 21 games, 15 points, and he's looked good for the Voodoos as of late, and that's his first regular goal. His first goal of the year came on a penalty shot. Second goal came shorthanded.
Yeah.
That one comes 5-on-5.
20 games in, and he's looking pretty good. And we'll, like you said, we'll take Service with a smile here from the left-hander.
Shields back to the point for Ricci. Ricci takes the shot. It's over the net of Raphael. Voodoos reinvigorated here. It was all Eagles after that first goal. We'll see if it's all Voodoos here. Smetham can't get the puck through past the corner, but he does. Carries it out, and it's out to the point for Ricci, who takes the shot. It's off a couple of bodies in front and behind the net. Brisky holds it on the near side half wall. Gets it up to Liatino. And O'Brien picks it up in the neutral zone. Brisky can't get the puck to go. And Liatino finds it in his feet. Powassan tried to get it to go, but instead the Eagles just dump it in, and Powassan goes after it. Powassan keeping Ricci off the puck. And they get it back to Jansen. And now going the other way are the Voodoos as Kelly tries to muscle his way up. Liatino looks up ice, but decides he doesn't like what he sees. So he decides to go and reset behind his net. 4:30 left in the first period, all tied up at 2. Little now picks up the puck. Once again, the captain of this team with 19 points in 18 games from the back end. Into the front. Long tried to get a shot off. He was taken down. And there we go. The Voodoos will go on the power play now as Long was tripped up.
It's the tables are turned here. The Eagles were the first to go on the power play. The Voodoos are the second. And we'll see what comes of it, as it's going to be 5-4 for 2 minutes.
So it's Hendry going into the box, and as kind of going off of what you said, as my favorite manager of Dunder Mifflin ever said, my, how the turntables.
That's right. That's right. Both teams coming off the win before this point. The Voodoos taking out the Thunderbirds 4-3. The Eagles taking out the Gold Miners 6-2. So we'll see who comes out on top of this contest.
Feeds with a shorthanded attempt. Dorocolo comes out in the butterfly and stops that one in the chest. So as you mentioned, yeah, both teams kind of feel like one of those immovable objects meeting an unstoppable force right now after coming off big wins last night.
Yeah, and before that, of course, the Voodoos took out the Cochrane Crunch 6-2. The Eagles gave the Gold Miners a pasting 9-3.
9-3 against the Gold Miners have not had the season they were hoping for this year. We went to the NOJHL showcase, and in the 2 days they lost both games rather handily over the 2 days as the puck is redirected on Raphael's net. And he's going to cover that one up quickly.
There's a little pushing and shoving out in front of the net as we start to drain down the last few minutes of this period. 3 minutes, 50 seconds still to go on the clock, but the boys are getting tired. It's 2-2, and the shots are 11-10 in favor of the guests.
O'Brien over to Wilkie off the face-off. Gets it back to Little, who takes the shot. It's off a stick in front, and that'll be another stoppage of play.
Yeah,
One thing about the Sportsplex story, Andrew, is that, yeah, the Voodoos are on the power play. We can just tell you that there's over a minute on the man advantage because there's a big pull there, and we can't tell you the exact time.
That's right.
The perils of junior hockey in Northern Ontario.
That's right. And when the puck goes up, it often goes right up into the wall and into the flags, which is what happened a moment ago.
Exactly. Little at the point, looks for some options, takes another shot. Now the rebound chance comes in, and Raphael knocks that one away. And the puck's down into the Voodoos zone. Taracolo comes out and plays that one. O'Brien overskates it, leaves it for Wilkie. Wilkie lets his guys go for a quick change. Service, the most recent goal scorer out there now on the power play. And he gets the puck here. His pass couldn't find anybody, so it was Wilkie who was going off for a change, but Leotino picks it up. We are now under a minute on the man advantage. 3 minutes left here in the period. And Gazic goes up for a skate. Gazic muscles his way into the zone. His back pass had nobody there, so Leotino has to pick it up in the neutral zone. The Voodoos' last power play resulted in the game winner in overtime. This one, not much has happened yet. Leotino over to Gazic. He skates it in. He takes a shot. Raphael knocks that one down, and the rebound chance is cleared down the ice to Taracolo, who just stops it and leaves it for Leotino to pick up. 2.5 minutes left. Leotino over to Gazic. Gazic skates the puck in now. Looks for some option, blows a tire in the corner, and that's going to result in another clearing attempt, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. So the Voodoos 0 for 1 on the power play. The Eagles so far 2 for 2. And now looking for more options. Service tries to chip it up to Gazic, misses him, and quickly on the counter is Feeds. Instead, Risman picks that one up, dumps it down. And now an Eagles player loses the handle on that one, and Shields picks it up. Can't get anything to go. There's nobody out front as his no-look pass tried to get to someone out front, but there was nobody there. Going the other way now, Eagles play pitch and catch at their blue line, and Fox loses the handle on it, but Feeds is there to pick it up as he takes a hit from Smetham. Handy, who scored the second goal for the Eagles, dumps it in. Now Risman looks up ice as he had O'Brien waiting there at the Eagles blue line. McMahon. Lots of Eagles flying all over on this ice. As McMahon took a tumble in the corner before his errant pass was lost to Kelly. Long going after the puck. Can't catch up to his man. Risky. Now the Eagles get up. We're down to under a minute now left in the first period. Shots are 12-11 for the Eagles. Thompson going for a bit of a skate now. Scoring the first goal here in this period. Takes another shot, almost from where he scored that goal, but it just went high of the net. Now a little bit of physicality on the far side. And the Eagles carry the puck in. Bit of a rough hit into the boards by Long. And now Thompson picks up an errant pass. Thompson and Kelly going in. Kelly might have been half a step ahead, but no offside call coming. And now it's Powassan going the other way. Powassan to Brisky. Takes the shot. It's into the netting behind Taracolo's net, and he catches that one with 17.5 seconds left.
It's a quick little look what I found right off the net, right into the glove, right back into the hand of the official. And we'll see what these two teams can do here with just 17.5 left on the clock in the first period on the the right side of the offensive zone for the Eagles.
A little bit of a tangle up there. As Grand Boys tries to play it around his net. Mortson picking it up and loses it to Grand Boys. Grand Boys in the slot, tries to get the backhand shot to go. And the Voodoos just trying to get the puck out of their zone, which they do. So that'll end this period. We're all tied at 2 after 20 minutes of play. Again, shots 12-11 after the first period of play. Quickly, Andrew, before we go to break, What are your thoughts on that 20-minute period?
Well, here's my thoughts on 20 minutes. The NOJHL is it's fast, it's quick, it's in your face, and the concession stand is open. If you're listening, bring down the kids. There's lots of seats still available, lots of opportunities to see a very evenly matched first period. The shots in favor of the home team, 12-11. The score is 2-2. So right there by the numbers, my opinion is it was a very evenly matched first period for both teams here.
It was a fun one indeed. Pretty much more of the same of what we had last night, where the two teams went to overtime between the Sioux Thunderbirds and the Powassan Voodoos, and we'll see if it continues here on the other side of this. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
This period is brought to you by Canadore Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks for more information.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sucrum, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we're back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for a 2-2 hockey game between the Sioux Eagles and the Powassan Voodoos. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Andrew White. We'll get to Andrew's thoughts in just a moment, as well as our out-of-town scoreboard. We're back underway here between the two teams as the Voodoos in their home greens are going left to right, and the Eagles in the road whites are going right to left. Shot comes in from the sharp angle. Duracolo blocks that one aside. Smetham tries to clear the zone, but the Eagles don't let him as he's knocked down, and Shields just dumps it back in deeper into his zone. Quickly out front, and what a chance quickly in this one by the Eagles, but Duracolo knocks that one aside. And that was Hendry with the chance, and then a quick shot by the Voodoos comes in, and Raphael almost lost that one. Ricci takes his man to the ice as he controls the puck, but now he loses it. Back out to the point for Liatino, who takes the shot, and it's high and doesn't reach the net. And now Ricci has to turn and chase it. Ricci in his own zone picks up the puck. He's looking up ice for Gazic, our player to watch for the Voodoos. Gets the puck up to Service. Service gets it quickly over to Kelly. And the shot's going to be blocked down, or rather that was Patrick. And the shot was blocked down there for a quick start. And Andrew, we welcome you back into the broadcast now in this 2-2 hockey game.
Well, if you're Peter Goulet for the Powassan Voodoos, it's a matter of spirit, I think, at this point, as it's 2-2 on the board, 12-13 in regards to the shot. Second period, just over a minute in, and so it's a matter of who wants it more at this point. At least that's my opinion.
Well, we'll see as this period goes on, for sure, and the next whistle will also tell you the NOJHL scoreboard and also the North Bay Battalion scoreboard as they're down in Erie, Pennsylvania right now, taking on the Otters, former home of Connor McDavid, as the shot comes in and Duracolo turns that one down. The Battalion are up 3-1 on the Otters on goals by Matvei Petrov, Anthony Romani, and Justin Ertl after 20 minutes of play. In the NOJHL, the Greater Sudbury Cubs and Cochrane Crunch after 20 minutes are scoreless. The Sioux Thunderbirds, who we saw last night, are up 3-0 on the French River Rapids after the first period. And Elliott Lake and Blind River are tied at 1 after the first 20 minutes there. So some scoreboards that we'll be keeping an eye on as the game goes on. Jansen takes a shot. It's wide of the net. And now Thompson dumps that one out of his zone. Jansen with possession back in the neutral zone. We're across the blue line to Feeds. But instead, the puck's now back into the Eagles zone for Steck to get for an icing call.
And we were mentioning earlier about Peter Goulet, the head coach of the Powassan Voodoos. As soon as you said the Erie Otters, I immediately went to Connor McDavid. But let's not forget Mackenzie Weegar for the Calgary Flames, once under the helm of the good coach here, drafted by the Panthers in 2013, and so we've got some coaching experience with some big names tied to it here.
We do indeed. Coached them in Nepean, I believe. The puck comes out quickly for Gazic, who almost got his first one as he had a clear lane to Raphael. Raphael comes up with a 10-bell save to stop that one. Gazic might be a little snake bitten, but he's playing the way that we've seen him through this game and yesterday's game. They will come. As they say in the famous movie Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. As a shot comes in on Dracolo, and the rebound chance by Dreesen is behind Dracolo and in the net.
It looks like it's off of a rebound, and the Powassan Voodoos aren't able to clear it in time. It's a short shot right from the front, and we've got a 3-2 hockey game.
That one coming off the stick of Teague Dreesen. That's his first goal of the year, so a couple of Eagles players getting their first here in this one. And also just continues the trend as that the Voodoos had yesterday, where they didn't lead in that game at all, but still come away with a victory as they scored the overtime winner. And in this one, they haven't led yet, and now they find themselves back down 3-2.
The Powassan Voodoos first in the East, the Eagles last in the West. So both teams have a bit of a personal score to settle with themselves here, with the Powassan Voodoos trying to keep the streak going, while the Eagles trying to get some airtime, trying to get some liftoff in their league in the West.
Dreesen comes in. Dracolo tries to play that one, but he's lucky that the shot from Dreesen hit him and just fell right in front of him, as there was a bit of a violent hit into the corner as well off of that play as well. So Dreesen almost came away with the second goal of the game.
Dreesen gives his head a shake just for a minute or two, and goes and has a sit down in the box. Like you said, it was a pretty hard hit off the boards. Hopefully he'll be all right and back in the game here in just a couple of minutes.
Board battle now. Or rather, they did lead in this game. Sorry, they scored the first goal. But yeah, it's been the Eagles after they scored their tying goal. It was all them in the first period until they got the second one. Then the Voodoos with some pushback. And now the Eagles have been playing mostly down in the Voodoos zone since scoring the tie-breaking goal a couple of minutes ago. Long tries to kick it up. Smetham tries to dump it out, but it hits a body and can't get out. O'Brien tries to chip that one out, but he can't. It's back to Sturge. Sturge chips it up. And Handy, another one of the goal scorers for the Eagles, dumps it up ice to Mortson, who got the first goal for the Eagles. Puck comes in to Dracolo. He knocks that one aside. Sturge plays it behind his net to Liatino. Liatino tries to dump that one up. He just gets it out. Smetham tried to do a quick pass to Kelly, but he couldn't get it to go. And now coming back in, the Eagles, they take the shot. Might have hit Dracolo's shoulder, and it went up into the netting, and we'll have another stoppage and play here.
The number 2 goalie becomes the number 1 goalie tonight, keeping their team in this game. There is one goal that separates them, but Dracolo doing his best to keep that puck out of the net and into this game. As the guests lead the home team 3-2.
Dracolo, again, he was the victor in that game against the Eagles earlier this year.
That's right.
And has been injured for most of that next month as the Eagles try to carry the puck in on him, and they can't get it to go as the puck's back out to the point, and a shot comes in, but it's blocked. A couple of Eagles now deep in the zone as Feed sends it back to Steck. He can't get it to go. And now going down the ice are the Voodoos as Smetham tries to muscle his way in. Leaves it for Kelly. Gets it into Smetham. He can't get it to go. He does get a backhand to go, but it's blocked in front. And now Long skates the puck behind the net. Caden Long back to the point. Attempt comes in now for Ricci. And we'll get a delayed penalty here as Fullerton goes after it. And he's going to touch it up as...
We got a tripping call coming.
Yeah, very egregious. I understand if the Eagles brass had a bit of an issue with that one, as Ricci was trying to play for the puck, but he did take down his guy at the blue line.
Yeah, and it's going to be a power play for the Eagles with just under 5 here in the first period. That's gone in the period, and 15:26 to go. It's a good thing I can count. I can't talk, but I can count. Kind of.
You're better than I am. That's all good. Shields tries to dump it down the ice. He can't get it to go. It's kept in. The Eagles are 2 for 2 in the game on the man advantage so far. And Mortson goes to pick it up, but instead he defers to Jansen.
The Powassan Voodoos going to try and avoid what happened last time the Eagles went on a power play, which was a goal, as they're going to try and find their equalizer here.
Shields just dumps it down in service, who scored a shorthanded goal last time against these Eagles, and then scored a 5-on-5 one here today. We'll chase after that one, and it comes in on Duroccolo, and he knocks that one down. If it's any consolation, Andrew, I used to play the drums rather regularly, so the joke is I can't count past 4. So
that's right.
So you're already getting numbers higher than I am.
Duroccolo, of course, covers up the puck here, gives his team a chance to breathe as the action resumes here on the left side.
Fox at the point. Jumps back into Feeds. Goes cross ice. A little bit too hot to handle there, but the Eagles still with possession. Back out to Feeds as his attempt gets in, but he fanned on the attempt. And now the Eagles do the Voodoos a favor and dump it out of the zone. Feeds goes over to Handy. Handy up to Fox. Fox cross ice to Feeds. And he comes back out to Graham Boys. Graham Boys muscled off the puck. And now a weird bounce as the puck knocks back out front, but it's blocked by Thompson. He's doing his part here with 43 seconds left on the man advantage.
Thompson just laid down right in front of that puck. They couldn't clear they were on the other side of the point into the offensive zone for the Eagles, but Thompson said no thank you and sent it back down the ice.
Yeah, Thompson, he's been everything that's been advertised and then some since coming over in a trade earlier between them and the French River Rapids for Will Burre in the first trade between the two teams ever in league history. So Chase Thompson, part of the leadership there in French River, coming over and putting his body on the line here. As you mentioned, the North Bay product. Guess a puck comes out from the corner, hits the skate out front, and comes in on Duroccolo. The North Bay born, but Trout Creek proud, Chase Thompson.
That's right. Shoots left-handed, as do a number of the Powassan Voodoos. A forward here, and number 18 will take him to go.
Number 18 in your programs, number 1 in a lot of hearts around here for sure. As Mortson carries that puck in. And now he picks it back up behind the net. 11 seconds left on the man advantage. The Eagles looking for that 2-goal lead. Back to Mortson at the point. Mortson gets it over to his D-man.
And we're back
Jansen.
to 5-on-5.
So for the first time this game, the Voodoos kill off the penalty.
And a good penalty kill at that, if you don't mind me adding.
No, looked very good for sure. Lots of lots of shot blocks as well. And now the Voodoos going up with an opportunity. Get the puck up to Long. Long comes in for a shot with Wilkie, and it's off the post and wide. And now the Mortson will have a chance. But Gazic, look at the speed on 26. Gets back to take Mortson out of the play. And then O'Brien looking to do the same with Smetham. Sends the puck down the ice. No icing on that though. And Wolt picks it up, or rather gives the puck away to his teammate as he had Smetham blocked in. Risman tries to knock it back in. He does. McMahon picks it up. And the puck comes out front of the net, and Raphael knocks that one down. 3-2 hockey game, 12:37 left in the second.
It's hometown hockey at its best here, folks, in regards to the hometown crowd. Boy, there were big reactions when the puck just went up and high and off to the left. I don't know if that was off the left post or if Raphael got a piece of it there, but you could certainly hear the reaction in the crowd. Both these teams on the road for the next game. Of course, the Eagles are on the road right now, being in Powassan.
Fullerton takes the shot. It's blocked in front and wide of the net. And now Anderson with the puck through the neutral zone gets around Fullerton. Risman will be the first one on that one. One of many battalion prospects on this Voodoos team, taken in the 4th round of this most recent OHL priority selection. Already signed as well and gotten into a game with the battalion earlier this year. Shields through the neutral zone. Tries to get it to go. That's Smetham. Couldn't get it. Risman tries to keep the puck in. He does, but only for a moment. And now the puck is up, flipping through the air. And that's a big hit against Fox by O'Brien. O'Brien had a shift last game as Dracula freezes that one down. O'Brien had a shift here against the Sioux Thunderbirds where he basically hit anything and everything in sight. And they weren't just like little hits. They were like knocking guys down on the ice. So for the rest of the game, anytime that the puck touched him or somebody hit him from the Thunderbirds, there was a loud roar from the Thunderbirds bench.
O'Brien basically stapling the Eagles player into the glass here and then skated off the ice like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Grand Boys takes the shot. Dracula, like a good back catcher, just smothers that one up.
Both teams on the road after this, like I said earlier. Obviously, the Eagles are on the road right now. November 6th, they take on the Rapids, and then they're home for. Hang on. They're on the road taking on the Rapids, and after that, they're back home.
Back home to Sioux, Michigan.
You have to take on the Crunch, the Beavers, and the Thunderbirds.
Well, at least the Thunderbirds and Beavers don't have as far to go. The Crunch, that's a little bit of a road trip for them.
Cochrane Crunch, I'll bet it is, yeah.
Hendry in the neutral zone now. Looks to get past Leotino, just dumps it in. Mortson, first Eagle player back there, but Little picks it up. Or rather, service. Now Gazic takes the puck. He goes down the ice. Tries to get to go to service, but he can't. And knocked out of the air there by the Voodoos as Leotino goes in for a skate now. Tried to give it to Patrick, but Patrick was crisscrossing with Leotino. Patrick now gets the puck. Gives it to Gazic. Gazic, a little bit of a move there before he's taken on the boards and taken off the puck. Grand Boys tries to get it to go, and the puck is off a stick and way out of play. 10:49 left here in the second. The Eagles are starting to pull away on the shot clock a little bit, 20 to 15.
They are, and it's all a matter of heart sometimes. I mean, this is the game of hockey. Things can change hard, fast, and so we'll see if the Powassan Voodoos can get back into this second period. Of course, you can't score if you don't shoot, and so by the shot clock, the Eagles have 5 more opportunities to score than the Voodoos do.
Quick pass over to Wilkie. He carries the puck up, tries to get it to go, can't. Belanger goes cross ice, and now Tulare just dumps it in, but he can't get past the blue line, and the Voodoos pick it back up. Long over to Thompson. The former Trappers connection. Now there's a late offside, so the Voodoos have to clear the zone. Jansen, he's looked dangerous from the back end too, out there on all the power plays for the Eagles. Gets it out to Little. Little behind his net, stops up. Gets his guys in position to see how he wants it. Goes up ice. It's knocked down by the Eagles, and Thompson will be the first one on that one. But instead, the Eagles get the puck to go back towards the Voodoos. Wilkie picks it up. He goes up ice to Long. Long, who was the recipient of a hard hit, and a scary-looking hit a couple of games ago here in Powassan. But he's been okay ever since. Risman shakes off a check. And now he's battling for the puck on the near side wall. Eagles come out with it to the neutral or to the middle of the ice, and they can't get it to go to O'Brien. Eagles just hemming the Voodoos in their zone, but can't get any shots either at the same time. And now the puck's going to go down on Raphael's net, who's just going to play it off to McMahon. McMahon up ice to Dreesen. Dreesen, who scored the most recent goal. And now Slag over to Dreesen. Dreesen on the far side wall, back to Slag. He tries to go out front, and that pass didn't go. Dreesen back to Slag. Now the Eagles back in possession again. The Voodoos are content to just leave them play along the wall, but they're not getting any chances from this as well. As Risman taken down hard behind his net, right in front of the referee. No call coming. McMahon goes after it with O'Brien. O'Brien able to get over McMahon. Tries to get a pass out front, and Gazic picks it up. O'Brien being held up now in the corner to Leotino. Takes the shot. Handcuffed Raphael a little bit. And now O'Brien's having some more words with some of the Eagles as they were all over him on that play. Game getting a little chippy here on this last shift. See if that keeps up. The puck's quickly up to Patrick, who tries to take a shot. It's well wide of Raphael's net. 8:23 left in the second period here. Puck up the ice for the Eagles. Skates it around the zone. Looking for some options. The Voodoos get possession momentarily. Brisky takes the shot. Duracolo knocks that one down. And the puck's going to go down the length of the ice for an icing call here as Brisky gets it with 8:03 left in the second period.
Kenny Belanger on the ice for the Eagles tonight, number 14. He is from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, so a good Canadian boy playing some U.S. hockey. Out of 16 games, he's got 7 goals and 5 assists. So it's not too bad.
Kind of makes you wonder if he's living in Sault, Ontario or Sault, Michigan, and if his passport gets a lot of stamps as he goes over there for hockey reasons almost every day.
I'm sure he's got just as many questions about where he lives as what he plays.
Fox takes the shot. It's just wide of the net. Backhand chance comes in. Duracolo knocks that one aside. Back to Handy at the point to Fox. And Service picking up on the turnover. Goes down the ice with some speed. Tries to stop up, but the puck stopped before he did. Service tries to get it to go. Little knocks that one in, and Patrick will go after it. Patrick battling for the puck behind the net. He comes away with it. He overskates it though, however, but gets it back to the point for Little. Goes cross ice to Wilkie. Wilkie tries to get around Hendry and can't. Now Scram Boys going up the ice. He dumps it in. That was the best Voodoos opportunity in a while, and they didn't come away with a shot. And now Kelly behind his net. To Little. Little tried to give it back to Kelly, but he wasn't expecting it, so he wasn't there. Kelly going for a bit of a skate. Dumps it behind the net to Wilkie. Wilkie on the near side wall tries to get up to Patrick. Patrick dumps it down the ice. Steck loses it. And quickly coming in is Wilkie to stop that one from going offside. Gets it out front, and a quick shot attempt by Kelly, but he fans on it. And going the other way now are the Eagles. Eagles take the shot. It's kicked away by Duracolo. And now coming out front, back to the point for Jansen. And Jansen dumps it back in for Fullerton to go after. Kelly looking up ice, can't get it past Steck, but he does. And now Caden Long is off to the races. Long takes the shot, he scores! Caden Long, speaking of hometown heroes, ties the game at 3 on a very innocent-looking shot from the point for his 6th of the season.
He airmails it in on the other side of the face-off circle, and up till this point, the Eagles were doing a very good job of spoiling one shot after another, as the guests were leading the shots 17-23, but it doesn't matter when the score's 3-3. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go on the clock.
Well, that'll do a lot, hopefully, for the Voodoos to be able to push things back the other way after being hemmed in for a little while. Again, Caden Long, who was credited here last night with the overtime winner, although it was Reese Smetham, says, fine, I'll go down and get the goal myself, and he does with his 6th of the game or season so far in the NOJHL. But now Slag going the other way. Slag takes a shot, and that one handcuffed Duracolo, and that one must have hit his crossbar and went just wide. Puck into the neutral zone for O'Brien. O'Brien chops that one up to Shields, and now it's going the other way are the Eagles. Greason goes in for a pass attempt. He can't get it to go, and it's back out to the neutral zone. Fast-paced hockey now as O'Brien carries the puck in. Takes the shot. Raphael stops that one, and a couple of chips at each other afterwards. And I think we're going to see O'Brien. It's rare to see a fight in the NOJHL, but we've seen one so far, and that'll be our mid-period break, so we'll be right back on the other side of this.
This period is brought to you by Canadore Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks for more information.
And we're back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. 3-3 hockey game after Caden Long scored a goal off a very innocent-looking shot, as we mentioned. And
it was quite the airmail in from the left side on the other side of the face-off circle. By the numbers that I'm looking at, 20 games played, obviously 21 tonight. You said this was goal number 6?
That's what Mr. Chris Dawson, general manager of the Voodoos, gives us stat sheets before every game. And usually the Voodoos numbers are correct. I don't know if the away team is, but
that's right.
So Caden Long, he had 5 goals coming into this one. So
good Astorville, Ontario boy. Of course, the Powassan Voodoos on the road. They're at the Jerry McCrory Countryside Sportsplex to take on the Cubs, and then they're home for 2 more games, taking on the Rapids and the Beavers November 18th and 19th.
Well, and the Cubs have seemed to be the kryptonite for the Voodoos this year. The Voodoos have only beaten them once out of a few meetings, and that was here earlier in the year. So we'll have to see if that changes, but right now it's 3-3 between them and the Eagles. And Caden Long, I don't see his grandfather Al McDonald here tonight, but he was here last night. So his dad, though, is down in the corner, Mark Long. I've seen him.
And, of course, the Cubs have the Marshall McCharles
He's had a
connection
good
here.
start.
To the North Bay area with his mother, Jennifer McCharles, a reporter for the Nugget. So it's interesting to see her jump sides suddenly.
Yeah, it's funny how allegiances change when you have a family member playing for a team, though, right?
It's hard to do otherwise.
As we're getting a bit of a delay here. Referees are going to talk to both benches. They started with the Eagles bench, and now they're talking to Peter Goulet and his coaching staff. Josh Hardiman and Josh Dale, the two Joshes.
Yeah.
I'm sure that doesn't get confusing at all in the locker room.
And they're just joshing with you.
Like
I said in the last contest here, the Voodoos beat the Eagles 5-2. So the Voodoos are looking for a way to do it all again, and the Eagles are looking for a way to say, no, sir, we'll take this one to go. And they would have no problem spoiling the party here for the hometown crowd.
Well, we'll have to see, as now we're getting some more talking to the benches, and as we've seen some chippy stuff going off the hop. I said Saturday night, and the feeling's all right with the Sheepdogs. Well, I mean, my boy Elton John also said, too, Saturday night's all right for a fight.
That's
I'm
right.
Starting to think Connor O'Brien's looking for one.
That's right. It's the stomping Tom. It's the good old hockey game.
That's exactly it. Let's just keep making more musical references as the game goes on.
That's right. 5 minutes, 41 seconds here to go in the second period. The score is 3-3, and the guests outshoot the hometown Voodoos 24-18.
So it looks like there's a game misconduct to at least a Voodoos player, and we're still getting Jack Hennigan still trying to talk to the Peter Goulet over there, but I say play on. Nobody is going to be shorthanded, and now Service skates it around. And gets it in deep for Gazic, but it passes him, and Patrick picks it up. Over to Gazic. Gazic back to Patrick. Patrick out front, and his pass is denied, but then he picks up a good rebound chance and tries to get it to go to Gazic. Gazic going the other way. Gets the puck back into the Eagles zone, but the Eagles have the possession. Looking up ice now, Handy dumps that one in, and good thing they all wear cages here, as Service would have just worn that one as the puck came up and hit him in the cage. Service up to Patrick, and gets it by Handy. Patrick, let's cross ice, tries to get to Service, but a good stick by the Eagles stops that one. Raphael leaves it for his defenseman. That's Fox, who chips it up the ice, looking for Anderson. They'll go down into the Voodoo zone, and Kelly will pick it up. Kelly looks up ice. He's hit hard into the linesman and taken right down. And you'll have to see maybe if he hit part of that open door. Voodoo's getting a quick shot going the other way, and now Kelly's off to the bench. The injury bug has hit this team hard. They weren't sure who they'd be able to call up as an affiliate player thanks to the Big Nickel tournament. As the puck rolls in on Duracolo, and he blocks that one down. Kelly, we'll have to see if he stays in the game or what happened there. But, yeah, the injury bug, as we said, Nathan McDonald off the hop is out. Austin Vassos as well is out. And they were unsure because the North Bay Trappers are in Sudbury right now, and they weren't going to be able to give anybody because they're on to the quarterfinals. The only person that they would have an option as a shot comes in on Duracolo, and he knocks that one aside. The only other option that they had was Cade Dubreuil from Sudbury, but they weren't sure if Sudbury at that time had won their game, he wouldn't be available, but they were able to get enough players iced in this one to be able to play. And play they are as we're almost done this second period. 3-3 hockey game.
Jack Kelly just a second ago taking a hard hit, 14, limping his way back over to the Powassan Voodoos bench, just getting there kind of in time more or less. And so hopefully he's able to give himself a stretch, give himself a shake, But like you said, I don't know if he went into kind of the partial open door there, kind of hitting the edge. It happened right next to the official. No call on the play. So I think it was just a matter of him going hard into the boards.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see him back out on the ice as Risman carries the puck into the Eagles zone with a hard and high shot into the netting. So that's another stop in the play. 3:31 here left in the second.
The Powassan Voodoos closing the gap slowly on the shot clock. Not that it matters when it's 3-3, but like I said earlier, you can't score if you don't shoot. The shot's now in favor of the guests, 26-20.
Belanger knocks it back around his net. Wolt gives it to McMahon, and McMahon goes the other way. Up the ice now are the Eagles, and they lose the puck to Patrick. Patrick quickly on the counterattack, brings the puck in, takes the shot. It's blocked by Wolt. And that's the thing with the Voodoos in this game. Yeah, they're trying to make some pretty plays, but why not keep trying to take some shots from the outside? I would say all the 3 goals that they've scored other than services, 2 out of the 3 have come from near the point. And that's just what Patrick tried to do on that play moments ago.
And what a lot of people don't realize is just how fast these pucks come in. You can see it coming from the point, but in a matter of gauging how fast it is, it's hard to do from the stands with a bag of popcorn.
Gazic comes in. He leaves it for Liatino. Liatino's shot just goes wide. Going the other way now is Dreesen. His pass out of the reach of his teammate, but he picks it up anyways. Centering attempt to Dreesen, couldn't get it to him. Handy has to retreat off the line, and now it's Thompson, who is well hooked. And we'll have to see, yes, that is. It's a holding call. 2:12 in the second, and the Voodoos are going on the man advantage.
It looked like a little dance there just for a second. Thompson getting spun all the way around 360 degrees. And, of course, the fans putting in their 2 cents to the official as to what they thought that call should be. The official obviously going in the same direction, and the Voodoos are going to have 5 on the ice. The Eagles are going to have 4 for 2 minutes here. The clock, of course, 2:08 left in this second period.
Wilkie looking for a shooting lane, takes the shot, and that one's blocked down by Raphael, and the rebound goes out to the neutral zone. O'Brien cross ice to Little. Little dumps it in. It's going to rim around the edge. And Wilkie tries to pick that one up, but it's kept in momentarily as Mortson then dumps it down the ice. Little was there for it, but with Grand Boys on it, Dracolo just opts to freeze that puck down.
Giving his boys a chance to regroup and to think about what they want to do here for the next 1 minute and change. It's hard to see exactly what's left on that shot clock. I'll be all right. The penalty clock here is there's a post in the way, but yeah, a minute and change left on the penalty.
O'Brien through the neutral zone. Gets the puck up. Raphael plays it to his defenseman. They're just going to dump it down the ice. And this is something, again, when we saw with the Voodoos last night, is Dracula is just going to play that one. Their power play has yet to click really this year, and I'd be interested to see really where it stands in the league, but their lone power play goal coming last night against the Thunderbirds was the game winner in overtime.
It's always tricky when you're watching a hockey game and you don't realize it's 5-on-4 because the puck goes from one side to the other back to the first side again. It turns into a 200-foot game.
Yep.
It's just an indication that you've either got to get your offense or defense going in one way or another.
Minute 15 left on the clock. Just over a minute left on the man advantage as well. Now we're under a minute. And Thompson tries a bit of a spinorama. Couldn't get it to go. There's an Eagles player out there with his helmet on. It's going to be a delayed penalty now as he's playing without his helmet. Gazic in for Thompson. And now it's just going to go for a blown penalty as they're not going to let Brisky continue to play out there. But the Voodoos are saying, hey, they didn't touch the puck.
Yeah, I don't know quite how it happened. I wasn't looking directly at it, but Brisky without his helmet, it flew right off of his head, sitting there on the ice. But of course, instead of zipping off to the bench, he continues to play. The official doesn't like that very much.
No, you're not allowed to do that in this league or the OHL. You have to go off to the bench if you lose your helmet. And I think at that point it becomes more of a safety issue, which is why they blew it down.
That's right.
But still, the Voodoos looking at it saying, "Oh, they didn't touch the puck." Like, come on.
Yeah, they're trying to make good on the power play here, and looks like we got some equipment adjustment going on as well for the Eagles.
Well, this would be a big last-minute goal here for the Voodoos to break the tie going into the third period. And now the puck's back to Little. Little leaves it for O'Brien at the point. Goes back cross ice to Little, and gives it to Wilkie. Wilkie goes in to Smetham, and it's back to Wilkie, who can't get the handle on it. And down the ice into the Voodoo zone it goes. 39 seconds left. This 5-on-3's only got seconds left on it. And Wilkie decides to carry the puck down the ice, give it back to Little at the point. Over to O'Brien. O'Brien walks it in over to Wilkie, back to Little. Little plays pitch and catch. Wilkie walks in, takes the shot, it's blocked. 20 seconds left on the clock now, Little. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien takes the shot, it's wide of the net. And that one's going to go down the length of the ice. 15 seconds left on the clock, and that'll do it for the 5-on-3. Still over a minute left on the other man advantage with 8 seconds left now on the period. And then goes Smetham. Smetham hard off the puck by Fox. 2 seconds. And that'll do it here for the second period at the Sportsplex as the Voodoos get off a last-second shot. But it was well after the buzzer had gone. So with that, it's a 3-3 hockey game after period number 2. And before we go to break and also give you an out-of-town scoreboard update, Andrew, we'll get your thoughts once again.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, both teams going back and forth, very evenly matched here, and you can see it by both the scoreboard and the shot clock. 27-22 are the shots here for the guests, and 3-3 is the score. So as you're heading back into the dressing room, I'm sure both coaches are going to try and see if they can figure out how to untie this knot that's tied up quite nicely after 2 periods to see who can get the advantage after 40 minutes of play.
So quickly, here's our out-of-town scoreboard. With 4 minutes left in the second, it's still 0-0 between the Greater Sudbury Cubs and Cochrane Crunch. In French River, the Sioux Thunderbirds have a 5-0 lead on the Rapids. And towards the end of the second, the Elliott Lake Red Wings are up 2-1 on the Blind River Beavers. And in the OHL action, the North Bay Battalion, nothing had changed momentarily ago. But now Kyle McDonald picking up a goal here in the second period. So it's a 4-1 game with 8.5 minutes left over the Erie Otters for the Battalion. And with that, we'll be back on the other side of this. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
And welcome back into the Powassan Sportsplex. The Voodoos are on the man advantage, but tied at 3 against the Sioux Eagles here at the start of the third period. And I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Andrew White, and we'll get to Andrew's thoughts here in just a moment. We'll also talk about our players to watch in this game and how they fared to this point in the game. As Wilkie's out there right now with Gazic, our Voodoos player to watch, and Mortson, our Eagles player to watch, is also out there. Gazic over to Liatino. Liatino just carries the puck into the zone. We're under a minute left on the man advantage now for the Voodoos. Wilkie can't get it in, but Long, who scored the tying goal to this point, carries the puck in behind the net. Back to Liatino. He stops up, gives it to Wilkie, who takes the shot. And that one's blocked in front and never got into Raphael. Puck sent down the length of the ice. Dracolo, the Voodoos goaltender, comes out to play it. Shots on goal, 27-22 in favor of the Eagles through this point as well. As Liatino dumps the puck in and around the end boards. Jansen tries to get it to go. Gazic keeps it in. And now it finally comes out of the blue line. And Gazic picks it back up. And he goes off for a quick change. Brisbane tries to skate the puck through the neutral zone. He can't get it to go. And the puck will go in on Dracolo, and he'll cover it up. So once again, I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Andrew White. And Andrew, to this point, how do you think our players to watch, and Mortson and Gazic, have performed?
Well, Jack Mortson for the Sioux Eagles, of course, from Westland, Michigan, number 16. He was the first one to put the goal in for tonight for the Sioux Eagles, so that makes 13 for him, if I've got these numbers correct. 16 games before this, 17 tonight, and of course, he's the team leader. Also for the Eagles, leading the charge here this evening for our visitors from the stateside.
And we'll get to our Voodoos player to watch momentarily as Feeds brings it into the Voodoos zone. And now O'Brien tries to chop that one up and out, and it does get out to the neutral zone with Smetham going after it. But instead the Eagles get it back to Tolaire. And then a chip at it from Smetham, and it's up and over into the netting. So for our Voodoos player to watch,
Thomas Gazic, the new acquisition from Minnetonka, Minnesota. He's a little older, 20 years, 9 months. Comes in from Manitoba and Swan Valley. And of course, doesn't have a goal for the Voodoos yet, but you got to hand it to a guy. 2 games in, he's already got 2 assists. 1 for a goal tonight and 1 for a goal last night. And of course, we've seen him in action already tonight a couple of times, making good on some of the fanfare coming his way.
Yeah, he's looked really good in these 2 games so far since he's come to Powassan. And hopefully we'll see him get one soon. He's out there right now for the face-off against the Eagles. That's Powassan who's in there to take the face-off for his group. And we'll have to see what goes on here. 18:02 left in the third period. Wilkie up to the near side half wall. Service tries to get it out. Wilkie with possession in his corner. Loses it. Gazic comes in to help, but it's up to Powassan. Powassan over to McMahon. McMahon just dumps it in. Brisky goes behind his net. Now the Eagles just hemming in the Voodoos a bit. We've seen them do this to the Voodoos a couple of times this game, where they've controlled play in the Voodoos zone as Patrick just tries to chip it out. Gazic tried to get it, but Wolt was first on that. And now Little with possession looks up for Gazic, but he can't corral that. So Little decides to take it himself, gives it to Gazic, who stops up, dumps it in, and Little was turning to go back down the ice, so he never saw the attempt coming. Leotino's clearing attempt into the zone, hits the roof, so we'll get another stoppage of play here.
Caden Long was the one who tied this thing up for the Voodoos, the 16-year-old from Asterville, and of course Daniel, our goalie tonight, Dorilico, stopped 24 out of 27 shots so far this evening. It's a 3-3 hockey game with 3 minutes gone in the third period.
Last night's game went to overtime. You got to think the Voodoos are hoping that they're able to finish this one off in regulation. Although it's not as bad when you're facing a team that's not in your division to give them an extra point or two, as opposed to playing a team like Timmins as a long shot goes in and Dorocolo knocks that one aside. Thompson, one of the goal scorers tonight, picks it up in his own zone, goes cross ice to Long, and now Long has a chance as Leotino sprung him a little bit. Back to Kelly, who's good to see him back out after he took a nasty looking hit in the second period. And that's going for icing. But yes, as I was saying, as opposed to like a Timmins where you give them an extra point, that could become big later on in the standings.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said earlier in the broadcast, both of these teams looking to do a little personal business behind their own rankings. The Powassan Voodoos sitting top of the East, the Sioux Eagles sitting bottom of the West. So, of course, the Voodoos are going to want to try and keep the win streak going. And the Sioux Eagles are going to try and find some liftoff here in the season.
The Voodoos are going to be in tough next time against the Greater Sudbury Cubs, as you mentioned, in Greater Sudbury. And we'll have to see if they can get 4 total points as the puck's up and over the boards here. They're already 2 for 2 when it comes to points on the weekend, obviously, with the win yesterday against the Thunderbirds. Hoping to make it 4 for 4 as they did last week going a perfect 8 for 8 when it comes to points.
Yeah, they took out the Thunderbirds last night, edging them out 4-3. And November 10th, like you said, will be their next game in the Jerry McCrory Countryside Sports Arena. 7:05 is the puck drop for that game up against the Cubs.
Gazic carries the puck in, tries to get around the defender. He does, but it's knocked away by Raphael. Service behind the net with some speed. Sends it back to Gazic. Gazic behind the net just tries to stop things up. Gets it out to Service. But quickly the Eagles were all over that pass attempt. Little in the neutral zone, just dumps it back in. And now Steck has possession in his zone. Steck looking up ice, skates through the neutral zone. Elects to dump it into the Voodoo zone, doesn't get very far before the Voodoos try to send it back up and out. And it's off the netting again, so another stoppage and play here.
We mentioned earlier that Dasic is coming in from Manitoba, and of course we have another Westerner joining us on the Voodoos as we've got our producer doing some dancing here with Don't Worry, Be Happy, Nathan McDonald coming in from Calgary, Alberta. He's one of our forwards, right-hand shooter, 19 years of age.
Unfortunately for him, suffering an injury in last night's game, so we haven't seen him out on the ice yet. And we won't in this game anyways, this is not dressed. Thompson with the puck, tries to get it out, but Kelly through the neutral zone once again, skates around a guy, takes a shot, and Raphael kicks that one aside. Back to the point for Liatino. It hops over his stick. Speaking of Americans, he is one as well. And in order to make room for them, they let Andrew Scott, who is also a fellow red, white, and blue, go to Cochran. Liatino tips the puck up and out of his zone. Fox looks for it. He goes cross ice, just out of the reach of Caden Long. Tied this game up in the second period. Liatino rims it around, but Fox keeps that one in. And then they try to go for it. A kick attempt by Duracolo was almost a gift for the Eagles, but he was able to get over and stop that one as the Eagles get the first golden chance here in the third period.
Duracolo keeping his game, keeping his team in this game. And of course, with 3-3 and 14-16 left to go on the clock, it's almost like if everybody had $1, nobody had $1. Nobody's got $1, you know what I mean? Like, we've basically got a 14-minute hockey game here in front of us with the score all tied up.
Stretch pass for O'Brien, can't get around the Eagles defender. His shot is blocked. And now Powassan with it in his zone. Puck goes down to the Voodoos zone. Risman will be the first one to it. So that'll be another icing call. And we'll get another face-off down in the Eagles zone.
After this, the Eagles travel to the Noelville Arena to take on the Rapids for a 4 p.m. start on the 6th. And of course, on November 11th and 12th, they're back home at Pilar Stadium to take on the Crunch and the Beefs. And you said earlier, the Cochrane Crunch, that's quite a drive for them. I don't know if I'd go over the top or come down underneath. I guess it all depends on how much sightseeing you want to do.
Good question as Anderson tries to get a shot away, but it's blocked by Little. It didn't get to Duracolo. And now Little sprung on an attempt at the 2-on-1 chance as his pass hits Jansen's skates and goes in on Raphael. I've been up to Cochrane a couple of times as now we get some rough stuff. Afterwards, as Gazic is getting mixed up with some of the Sioux Eagles. But I've been up to Cochrane a couple of times and I've been to the Sioux a couple of times. And from North Bay, both drives are a long trek. So
it's a long drive. Somebody pointed out earlier this week to me, just in a private conversation. They said, in 12 hours you can drive to 3 different countries in Europe. And they said, 12 hours you can be you're in Ontario. I said 12 hours you're still in Northern Ontario, depending on where you're going.
Ricci knocks that one in. And we're going to get a nicing call here. And the music never stopped from the last whistle. I was going to say you might as well let it keep going after midnight. We're going to let it all hang out.
Yeah, we had a chance to have a good old hoedown here on the ice. And from the look of how things are going, it's we may have a hoedown yet on the ice. The boys beginning to lose their patience here a little with one another as we're still all tied up at 3.
Thompson in the Sioux zone with it. Carries the puck around. And the Eagles come away with it. And now through the neutral zone is Feeds. Loses it to Long. Long going up there. He was the only Voodoos player to go up. So it was him against 3 Eagles. Law of averages is going to tell me it's not going to work out for you more often than not going against 3 opposing players by yourself. We've seen guys like Mario Lemieux make those averages look like fools.
Thomas Gadgets, earlier today, just about doing that, dancing through 3 defenders early on in the first period, just about landing his first goal for the Green.
Fullerton dumps that one down. Shields, who had a nifty goal in last night's game, carries the puck out in front. Raphael tries to get to it. Puck dropped down there for Smetham, who couldn't get that one to go. Reese Smetham, who has 7 goals, one of the top goal scorers on the Voodoos. And back to your point about the 12-hour trip, I was talking to Billy Holder, the battalion assistant coach once, who's from Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I know you played for North Bay in your junior career, but why'd you pick North Bay and not Thunder Bay as your place to reside after? He says, North Bay is just a little bit closer to everything.
to just about everything from Thunder Bay, yes.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go and visit Manitoba.
Exactly. or the sleeping giant. That's pretty cool. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's true. Lots to see.
Steck can't get it past his number 4 counterpart on the Voodoos, Wilkie. And it's up to Mortson, who already has a goal in this one. Dumps it in for Little. Little looking up ice. Doesn't like his options, so he goes cross ice up to O'Brien. O'Brien coming in with a chance. He drags around one, but got the shot to go, and Raphael knocks that one aside. Smetham now in the corner with Steck. He's battling through a couple of checks. And now it's going to go back to the blue line. Little will keep it in. Battle at the blue line. Little can't hold it for long. And Gazic is back there as his defenseman, although he is a forward. Skates the puck through the neutral zone now. Takes a shot. It just misses the net and just missed Raphael. Is a second chance from a sharp angle for Gazic. Went right on net, but he couldn't get it to go. Shot off the glass and out. And now Graham Boyes carries the puck in. Graham Boyes takes a shot, and it just misses the net. Ricci, back to Patrick. Patrick tried to get his clearing attempt to go, but it hit a body of an Eagles player and didn't go anywhere. And now Service goes up ice with Kelly. Service tries to get around the Eagles, but can't. Takes a sharp angle shot. And now it's Kelly back to the point. Takes a shot for Ricci. Might have hit a couple of bodies in front. Didn't go anywhere. And now Kelly tries to keep it in, but can't. Liatino and Tolaire looking at each other, but Tolaire's going to get to the puck first. And Liatino trying to get it past him, and Boulanger is just going to stop that one up. Liatino now with possession. Still trying to get it out, but Tolaire comes away with that. And now Ricci will go after the puck in the corner. He blows the tire and lands right on the puck. They're not letting him get up, as a bunch of sticks are hacking away at that puck now, and they can't get it to go. Finally, the Eagles come away with it. The cross-ice pass attempt to Pat is blocked by Patrick. And then Service blocks that attempt, but Feeds keeps it in. Feeds goes for a skate in the Voodoo zone now. Back to the point for McMahon. McMahon back in for Feeds. Feeds back to Service. And Service picks it up, but Ricci blows another tire and can't get to it. McMahon at the point takes the shot. It's well wide and hits a couple of bodies as well. And now Service just gets the puck out for Boulanger, and the Voodoos are going to have to go for a quick change, and now they'll be able to do a wholesale change as that one goes for offside, and that's our mid-period break here. So we'll be back for more for the conclusion of this one on the other side of this.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news, or access the Alumni Job Portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
And that's right, our 3 stars of the game will be coming up after the game. We'll let you know who they choose for their 3 stars of the game. And Andrew, just 9.5 minutes left here in this one, still tied at 3.
We've been talking about Daniel
Duracolo.
You know, you threw me earlier with that Durac. I keep thinking, what a great name, Duracolo. But of course, on the other side of the ice, we got Logan Raphael in for the Sioux Eagles. Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan is his hometown. The 20-year-old wearing 31 tonight, keeping his team in this, stopping 27 out of 30. And look at that, the shot clock all wound up at 30 as well. And so we'll see which netminder is the first to blink this evening.
Brisky tries to get a centering ice attempt to go, but it was over the boards, and a quick shot from the point just missed the net, as that was a bit of a knuckle puck. Another shot attempt comes in. It's knocked down by Shields, and then the Voodoos get it out. Slag dumps it back in. The Voodoos get it out again, and they'll go after it. Smetham tries to get possession of it. He couldn't get it to go, and now it's in the corner as he's taken off the puck. Slag cross ice to his partner, and now it's up ice for Dreesen, who gets the puck away from Risman. Dreesen skates around Risman, and now he gets the puck in deep for Handy. Voodoos are going to dump that one down the ice. And if it has the legs to go, it will go for icing, and it does indeed. So we'll have an offensive zone draw here for the Eagles.
And there's no indication, at least by the ice play. Now, I mean, if you're sitting in the stands, you might have a different opinion than me, and that's all fine. But there's no indication at this point as to which team has the upper edge or which direction this could go.
Back and forth affair. Mortson tries to go to the slot. They take a shot from the slot. It goes wide and then bounces out back front for Dracula to freeze that one down. 8:19 left on the clock.
And like I said, we have yet to see which netminder is going to blink. We've blinked first. We've got 30-30 is the shots on the clock, and 3-3 is the score on the board.
The Eagles hemming in the Voodoos, though. Voodoos haven't been able to get down any pressure on Raphael in some time. But not many shots going in on Dracula, and now here go the Voodoos. Long, looking for a chance. Again, 2 of their 3 goals have come from almost the point. So just take the shots when you can get them. As they used to say in my old Don Cherry Rock'em Sock'em videos when I was a kid, throw anything on net in overtime. There's a shot by the Voodoos. Why not just overtime? Why not all the time, especially in the dying minutes of the third period in a tie game? You never know what could happen. And the Voodoos just tried that there with Steck coming in. Takes the shot, and it's into the chest of Dracula, staying with this one remaining tied at 3.
Should this thing go to OT, the Powassan Voodoos have yet to drop a game in OT, at least by the numbers that I'm looking at. The Sioux Eagles have dropped 2.
I'm going to knock on wood, but I don't have any wood, so I'm just going to knock on my head.
Or you can knock on mine. Either one is fine.
Well, it was fun overtime last night as a shot comes in again. And Dracula looking like Black Guerrero with his gold glove at first base with that catch. You gotta
pay attention, not only through 60 minutes of hockey, but especially when there's 7 minutes and 37 seconds left on the 36 seconds that is left on the clock, because you know your time is winding out for your team to be able to do something if something goes the wrong direction.
Service can't get the puck to go out of the zone. Ricci plays around for Liatino. And now Service in the neutral zone loses the handle on it, and Gazic goes for a skate. Gazic with the shot, it goes wide. Back to Patrick. He tries to get a secondary chance, and he skates around one Eagles, but he can't get it to go. Liatino trying to get it to go back up ice, can't. McMahon thought the puck was going to come to him and let it kind of slowly develop before he realized that he had to jump back into it. Shields takes the shot, he scores! Tucker Shields from the point gives the Voodoos the lead. It's 4-3 here with 6:59 left in the third period.
And this is exactly what the Voodoos wanted. This is exactly what the hometown crowd wanted. We have 7 minutes left to go on the clock. The Voodoos have taken the lead. It's a 4-3 game here, and we'll see if the Eagles can muster themselves to come back. But right now, the Voodoos are happy to shuffle the ranks, get some fresh legs out on the ice here as they want to close out this game.
And for Shields, that's goals in back-to-back and his 10th goal of the season. So they send that one back in. And again, 3 out of the 4 shots that have beaten Raphael from the point in this one. Shields must have heard what we were talking about here and stepped over the blue line and says, I'll prove them right.
That's right.
The puck. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, I mean, everybody knows when you yell at the TV and you yell from the stands, everybody can hear everything you're saying, right? So
that's exactly how it goes, right? Fox tries to dump it in. As the Simpsons once said, with the newspaper article, old man yells at cloud. And now going in with the 2-on-1 is the Voodoos. Takes the shot, Raphael stops that one. And then player, O'Brien, went hurtling into Raphael's net. But Raphael looks okay, and we're going to get another icing here with 6:06 left on the third period.
According to these numbers here, it's Tucker Shields' 10th goal of the season out of 19, almost 20 games played for the Powassan Voodoos out of Gloucester, Ontario. And boy, we'll take this one to go, number 11, with 6:06 left to drain in this hockey game.
Another music reference, 6:06, the name of the studio that the Foo Fighters recorded. So
that's right.
There we go. We're just getting all of them in here tonight.
That's right.
Brisky tries to dump that one in.
The Eagles are trying to learn how to fly. Sorry,
That's
was that too much?
That was good.
That's too much?
No.
Okay. All right.
You could have gone to like any of the Eagles' discography too. So as Ben Long's coming in here.
The Voodoos are throwing a monkey wrench in the Eagles' plans.
Did you know Taylor Hawkins didn't play the drums on that song? That's a throwback to last year when he passed away. We were every single Voodoo. Oh, we're gonna get music in the play again. Anytime that when Taylor Hawkins passed away, anytime you saw any tributes coming in, it was like My Hero or whatever. And it's like, that's not Taylor Hawkins on the drums as a shot comes in from the point, and he has to knock that one down. That's Raphael. It is. So we keep making jokes on the broadcast. Taylor Hawkins did not play the drums on that one. So
the Eagles have to. I'll get us out of this one. The Eagles have to figure out. Yeah, that's it. The Eagles have to find a way to take it easy here with only 5 minutes and 38 seconds left to go. But they have to also get their head back in this game as the clock is not on their side, and the Powassan Voodoos are really pressing in now.
Gazic back to the point. Liatino, he says he has to get us out of this one, and then he makes another music pun. The Eagles are looking to avoid some heartache tonight.
That's right.
As it's knocked in, Dracula knocks that one aside. Ricci. We like to have fun here on the front line.
That's right.
If you're not having fun and you're watching hockey, then you shouldn't be watching hockey.
That's right.
Puck goes in, and that's going to go for another icing call. Shots on goal, 33-32 in favor of the Voodoos. And right now, you talk about getting shots on net. That one shot differential it's a big one right now.
That's right. And it's all a matter of, as Stan Butler used to say, all that matters at the end of the game is results. You can talk about shots, you can talk about performance, all of these things. But if they have 4 and you have 3, well, they got the game.
Fox takes a shot. It's blocked aside by Dracula. And the Voodoos try to get that one out with Service going down the ice. Service looks for an option. Tries to get out front to Gazic, but he was nowhere near there. The Eagles now with a hard pass goes in past Dracula's net, and Risman gets it past the pressing Eagles player. O'Brien loses the handle on it in the corner. Back to Risman. Risman stopped up in the corner, and Shields just gets it up to O'Brien, who knocks it down the ice. Shields with the game-winning goal to this point in the game. And Fox just shovels that one up to Dreesen as it hits the netting. One thing I always like to point out, Stan Butler is a man of many great comments. But my favorite probably is the one where he told CTV's Joey Slattery, "Don't worry, Joey, at the end of the year we'll be in the playoffs." And then the team missed the playoffs.
Well, I mean, hockey's one of those games that you can't let the wins get to your head, and you can't let the losses get to your heart. So we'll see what happens here as the Eagles try to get back in the fast lane.
Oh my. I love these. These are great. Right back into the Eagles zone. And now
it's only a problem if I start singing.
Well, it's a problem if I start singing too. I have an Eagles playlist on my phone, and I might listen to that on the way back home.
That's right.
Right now, this game is giving me anything but a peaceful, easy feeling.
That's right. Only 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to go. As Dracula tries to keep his team in this game here. It's all heart for the Voodoos from here on out.
We'll have to see if that is enough as O'Brien gets it into the Eagles zone. Slag, basically with his arms around him, kept that one out, and O'Brien takes the shot. And Raphael gloves that one down with 3.5 minutes here left in the third period.
Raphael's able to body that puck and smother it up as he's able to give his Eagles a chance to find themselves again here as we're looking for a face-off in the offensive zone for the Voodoos.
I keep trying to work in like a Hotel California comment, but it doesn't really seem to work out in my head.
That's right.
As we're going to get a timeout here, likely to the Eagles. So, speaking of, now's our chance to get all our Eagles comments out of the way while we're not talking about play. But yes, Voodoos are up 4-3 on the ice-breaking goal by Tucker Shields. His 10th of the season on back-to-back nights. Tucker Shields with a big goal here for the Voodoos.
Well, look, working your way up from last to first in the West is a bit of a long desert highway.
Oh.
I'm here all night.
That's good.
I'm here all night.
It's a long road of Eden.
Both teams taking a second here with their coaches to have a look over the playbook and figure out what they want to do here with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left to go. One team trying to pull this thing out, another team trying to play spoiler.
Quick update on the Battalion game. It's 4-2 now, with the Battalion up with 60 minutes here left in the third period. Now, when we talk about the NOJHL, well, we'll have an update on that one momentarily, as the Greater Sudbury Cubs are up 3-0 with 5 minutes left in the third, and French River's up 6-0 with 10 minutes left. It's all tied at 2 between Elliott Lake and Blind River with 8.5 minutes left in the third period there. This one 4-3 with 3 minutes to go. The Voodoos scored the first goal of the game so far, and then the last one, or the most recent one I should say, as Leotino looks up ice. He misses his target. Long skates past it on the rebound chance, chips it up and out, and McMahon will pick it up in the neutral zone. McMahon up ice to Mortson. Thompson stops that one from getting through, and then he can't get it to go into the Eagles zone. Brisbane skates after that one. Gets the puck up to Gazic. Gazic tries to get it to go, and he falls over it. Now the Eagles come out into the neutral zone with Fox coming in to take a shot, and Duracolo got that one off the mask, and that shook him up a little bit as he takes the mask off after the play, and he's slow to get up, but still, regardless, the play stops, and we'll have to see if the Voodoos trainer Matt McDougall comes out on the ice. He doesn't look to be in any rush, as it looks like Duracolo is going to be okay.
He's given his bell a shake there as he knocks off his mask, and he's going to find his glove here in a second from the official. The Eagles are gathering right at the right in the top of the offensive zone here to try and figure out what they want to do next with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Duracolo is going to be okay, and we're going to get back to the action here.
Raphael out of his net as well, so we have a 6-on-5 for the Eagles here. So Voodoos could ice this with an empty net chance. O'Brien tries to chip it up. He can't get past Fox. And another attempt from Talaire to get that one past Duracolo. Can't get past him, though.
And for the Powassan Voodoos, they have one job and one job only for the next 2 minutes and 20 seconds, which is to gracefully and quickly remove the puck from the Eagles' offensive zone or from the Powassan Voodoos' defensive zone.
Back to Fox at the point, takes a shot, it's tipped wide of the net. Feeds and Smetham. The Feeds let Smetham get to it before there's a scrum that ensues. Puck squirts out. Belanger tries to get it past Shields, who just rims around the Voodoos zone. Fox is the first one to it, and he sends the puck back from whence it came. Belanger tips that one back in, and Feeds goes after it before it gets to Browski. Puck goes back out and into the neutral zone. Minute 50 here left in the third period. And Little's going to play his man. He can't get his stick away to play the puck. Little falling down now. Still empty net for the Eagles. Puck goes around the back end boards as Brisky sends it around. And then it's going to hit the netting and go out of play. So another stoppage of play here with a minute 30 left. Shots on goal favor the Eagles by 1, 35-34.
It's good news or bad news depending on how you look at it. With the mesh up, there's not as many souvenirs into the crowd as there used to be. But of course, you know, we've always seen it's not so much hockey, but baseball. With the baseball, the foul balls winding up in the popcorn, it turns into an interesting view from the deck.
Oh, I can tell you all about baseballs and bodily harm at Blue Jays games, but we'll get into that some other time here with a minute 15 left. It is a dangerous sport, especially here with how the ice is compared to the stands, low it is. It would be a dangerous game if anyone hit it out. As now the puck's going to go down to the neutral zone, and O'Brien's going to give chase to it, and now O'Brien's held up. But nothing coming. We're under a minute left now, and Little's going to be the first on the puck in his zone as he's taken into the boards. Can't get the puck to go, and now he's going to just try and freeze the puck up along the wall and kill as much time as he can. 45 seconds left on the clock. Gazic in there now. And the Eagles are going to come away with it. Get the puck back to Steck at the blue line. Takes a shot. It's blocked in front, and the Voodoos are able to make the Eagles have to clear the zone. Eagles go back up the ice to Mortson, and that's going to go for offside as the eagle eye view from my former baseball teammate Scotty on the lines is going to get that one to go down. And it's just funny watching all the bodies change the ice right now because there's so many people on the ice with the extra attacker. As they're looking to try and get the offside to go down near the Eagles zone. And the referees are going to say, nope, it's coming down near the Voodoos zone. So with 31.8 seconds, the net still remains empty in this one.
And don't forget, this is the game of hockey we're talking about here, so 31 seconds is plenty of time to work with, providing you've got the right people in the right place at the right time.
Leotino gets it up ice, but it misses all the Voodoos players. And the Eagles are going to get back into the Voodoos zone, but the Voodoos quickly clear it out and down the ice. And going for it is O'Brien, who tries to get the puck to go. But he can't. A good play by Woltz stops that one. 15 seconds left on the clock, and that'll leave valuable time for the Eagles. Mortson gets it up to Tolaire, and that'll be another offside call there with 8.5 seconds left. So the time is dwindling on the Eagles' chances.
This is basically the last opportunity they have to make it 3 games in a row. They're coming off 2 wins before this game tonight. Scrolling back up to my notes here, up against the Gold Miners and, well, the Gold Miners back-to-back.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for the Gold Miners this year as the puck's sent in past Girocolo's net, and he's just going to get the rebound off the boards and cover that one up. 4.1 seconds on the clock. So the Eagles are going to get an offensive zone draw here to end this one.
And like I said just a moment ago, this is the game of hockey. Anything can happen depending on if you got the right players in the right place at the right time. But we'll see if the Powassan Voodoos can put this one in the bank for 7 wins in a row.
And the shot's going to miss the net, so that'll do it here. The Voodoos are going to skate to back-to-back 4-3 victories here this weekend against Sault Ste. Marie-based teams. Yesterday night against the Sault Ontario Thunderbirds. This one tonight against the Sault Michigan Eagles. And the Voodoos picking up another crucial 2 points to extend their win streak even further.
And Tucker Shields is going to play the hometown hero for the Powassan Voodoos, putting in their 4th goal in a 4-3 finish, his 10th, at least according to the numbers I'm looking at, his 10th of the season, now 20 games in, as the Powassan Voodoos wrap this one up 4-3. The shots, 36-34 in favor of the guests.
So we'll have a quick little post-game show here before we get to our 3 stars of the game. And Andrew, that's your first real Voodoos game that you've taken in a while. What are your takeaways here from the NOJHL?
Yeah, there's nothing like Northern Ontario hometown hockey. You know, the fans are into it. Obviously, the players are fired up. The action's about 4.5 feet off the front of your face. And you know, providing there's enough popcorn, I think everybody has a good time.
There's always enough popcorn here at the Powassan Sportsplex. This arena might have some warts, but it has some charms for sure.
That's right.
And if you ever get the chance, though, the Noelville Arena, they make homemade burgers there. It's a wonderful experience if you ever get the chance. That's a true blue small-town rink.
That's right.
As it also doubles as a curling rink, so there's 4 houses across the offensive zones for either side. And now we have 3 stars here. So Caden Long picking up stars in back-to-back games, although yesterday he was inadvertently given the goal or the overtime winning goal, but it wasn't him. And now it's going to be Dreesen for the Thunder or the Eagles are picking up, and Tucker Shields is going to come away with the first star of the game.
Tonight's 3 stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
So Caden Long, Dreesen, and Tucker Shields are going to be our 3 stars of the game in this one, Andrew.
And like I said, the Powassan Voodoos now hit the road. They're taking on the Cubs at the Jerry McCrory Countryside Sports Complex, excuse me. The puck drops on that game at 7:05, and then they're home for 2 games on November 18th and 19th up against the Rapids, and then up against the Beavers.
It's always fun seeing the Blind River Beavers roll into town, so that should be a good one to see. And then obviously also the northern rivalry with the French River Rapids. Like I said, just singing them praises for their arena. Their play this year has left a little to be desired, so they're looking to rebound in any way that they can. But again, the Voodoos coming with a 4-3 victory here tonight in Powassan. And Mr. Andrew White, thank you so much for being along for the ride.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's always a blast. As mentioned, he's Andrew. I'm Courtney. This was the front line here in Powassan. And as always, keep your eye on the front line.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.